medications on the market for nearly everything imaginable. Most of them imply substantial relief from whatever ails you. In 2012, pharmaceuticals were a $954 billion industry globally and $340 billion in the United States alone. This means the United States dominates nearly 1/3 of that total revenue, even though the United States is less than 5% of the global population. While the United States has more expendable income than many other nations to account for this, it is still an indicative disproportion. The United States has a superficial look for shortcuts mentality. I guess all people do, but being the wealthiest nation, the United States experiences a blessing and a curse because of this dynamic. The U.S. middle class and up paradoxically experience comfort as a blessing and a curse. U.S. citizens get a sense of security as a result of communities, cities, and towns having access to more luxurious, comfortable ways of life, i.e. having money. The blessing is obvious: comfort, ease, and few, if any, survival issues. This leads to a somewhat remote sense that sure, bad things happen, but not here. Poverty and suffering and tragedy are common in the world, but that happens to other people, not me, not here. This false sense of security creates a lethargic and inattentive focus on needed disciplines, awareness, and commitments to be accountable and responsible for the things we do and participate in. Americans know full well that addiction can be and often is a damaging and destructive possibility included in prescription meds. However, this awareness is rather remote, which makes the comfortable vulnerable. While people should not live in a paranoid state of neurosis or avoid needed beneficial medications, neither should they take them without tremendous insight, education, and fortitude if they hope to truly avoid addictive dangers. I saw my orthopedic surgeon for a common and minor knee surgery and was prescribed a moderate opiate for the pain, hydrocodone. Neither the surgeon nor any of the staff advised, educated, or even mentioned the addictive potentials of this medication. They summed it up by stating that I should take it only as prescribed. That was it. An OTC container of ibuprofen has a lengthy, multi-page warning as a part of its label, detailing all the possible side effects and risk factors associated with its use. Yet the opiate I was prescribed came with no warning or literature whatsoever. A vast majority of heroin addicts worldwide were first introduced to opiates through prescription medications that are commonly part of everyday treatments in hospitals and medical offices. People take them, they like them, and eventually they move on to the real things when their scripts run out. They want to continue experiencing the positive effects that opiates give to them: confidence, no stress, peaceful disposition, feeling good, and yet they're eventually unable to fill their prescriptions once their medical issue has been treated and their prescription has expired. They were effectively treated for their ailment, but now they have a whole new one. This book does a thorough breakdown of all of the major, most prolifically used drugs of abuse, both pharmaceutical and illegal, and each exploration of them includes whatever medications are available on the market to help treat specific addictions. I am highly critical of these medications as they need to be thoroughly scrutinized before even considering their use. In many instances and conditions, they can be instrumental in addiction recovery. In many other instances, they can make the situation worse. I'm not against them. I'm all for whatever works. However, we cannot simply take the promise of medical and/or pharmaceutical industries that are far more focused on profits than they are on you, your health, or anyone's true welfare. As mentioned in the legalization chapter's drug war section, we live with global governments that can and have and will profit from both ends of the spectrum, the criminalization and the decriminalization of drugs. You need to gather your own data and info to make a proper and educated decision for your own course of recovery. Trust no one, not even me. I have presented all of the medication options in each specific drug recovery chapter for your consideration. Choose wisely and carefully. The overall rule of meds in life is as follows: take only what is required and needed, and only when combined with a cognizant wellness treatment program or strategy. Meds should only be combined with exercises that fortify and strengthen the body, the mind, and the emotions. Meds should not be seen as treatment, but as a component of a treatment.